Well, looks like Qasem Soleimani is going to have a new roommate down in hell. Seems like another evil mass murderer might join the ranks this year, as Kim Jung Un might be dead, might be alive, might be in a vegetative state. Who really knows? I think we can rule out alive and perfectly healthy right now, because North Korea is a propaganda state. If he was alive, they'd be trotting him out, and he'd have like 8,000 medals on one side of his body, he'd be strutting around, and like they'd fire a rocket off, it would like collapse, but they'd, declare victory over the moon or whatever North Korean nonsense they're thinking of now. So I think we're either he's in a vegetative state or he's dead. It would make sense that they don't announce he's dead, because they'd have to then announce a new leader to the country and show a face of unity. And when technically, what's necrocracy is the official governance of Korea. Kim Yo Jung, Kim Jung Un's grandfather, is actually technically still the head of state of the country. So it's a weird cult place. I think he created lightning and electricity and dolphins, or as Kim Jong Un did something with dolphins. Either way, it's a crazy place. So they got to present a front of unity, but anyone who knows anything about these places knows that there will be internal power struggle between the top generals and governors for who's going to come out and talk. And that there are different factions, and the West is currently pushing his sister, probably because she's the most attractive potential dictator they have right now, Kim Yo Jung, who is I don't even know what waifu means, but I'm sure there are weird parts of the internet that would correct me right now. So I want to make this video to remind you that North Korea is still evil. Okay, even though they might get the world's sexiest mass murderer, they're still very evil. And this is a very important thing to point out, because they're about to get help from their one ally, China, and the other ally, the useless, idiotic left. So Hassan Piker, who is Chen Uyghur's nephew and like pretends to be someone with a brain, he was on a stream when this news happened. He said like, yo, what's so bad about this? Like, Western leaders do worse stuff than North Korea all the time. All the time, of course. I mean, okay. North Korea has something called 3 generations of punishment, which means if I were to break the law, I were to go to jail. You say, oh, it's a tough place. Both of my parents go to jail, and all my children go to jail. Now, I don't have kids yet, but they would be born. And when I mean jail, I don't mean jail. I don't even mean a gulag. I mean a literal concentration camp. You have to listen to the stories of the escaped prisoners in these things. Like, I mean, I hate when people misuse the Holocaust to justify their whatever potential, and my family tree got called in the Holocaust. This is a concentration camp. I am perfectly okay with people comparing North Korean concentration camps to Nazi concentration camps. They're very similar. It's an apt description. These people are going through hell. So when we want to say, ooh, look how sexy she is, I'm fine with us memeing at the North Korean president, because I think memes can take down a government, make it look silly. There's a lot you can do, but they're gonna out propagandize you. What we can't lose focus of, though, is North Korea is an evil place, and there are legitimately evil places like North Korea, the Islamic Republic that's governing Iran. These entities are verifiably evil. Iran executes children all the time. I had a friend who was in prison for political dissent in Iran. He had a cell with a 16-year-old boy who was on death row for being a Baha'i. Religious. He committed blasphemy 3 times by existing, and now he's going to be executed. They're waiting to kill him when he was 18. So this is how Amnesty International doesn't really care what Iran does when they execute children, because they'll arrest them when they're 15, sentence them to death, keep them alive until they're 18, and then kill them so they don't execute children. How nice of the Ayatollah there. So we really need to sort of keep on these countries, because I think this is actually a very prime time for us to make some great pro-good waves in the world, or at least anti-evil, because North Korea might get a new dictator. She might be better looking than her fat brother, and you can meme at her. But keep the concentration camp memes going, because she is a mass murderer. She has people in concentration camps. She's not innocent because she's pretty. And this is a great time, because if we can show how evil North Korea is, their great protector in the world is China. And we really need to take China down a peg. I mean, good on Australia right now for launching a coronavirus probe into the origins. And the Chinese said, well, if you investigate the coronavirus, we're shutting down all trade with you. That doesn't sound like a guilty party at all. So there can be a lot of good done, just because we in the West really need to learn that there are literal concentration camps going on in these evil countries. And, you see the left, oh, maybe North Korea is just really anti-Western because they have a thing against America. It's like, no. They invaded the South during the Korean War, right? They had gone in and they were about to conquer the South before the Western allies actually came, landed, and pushed them back. And then North Korean dictatorship was going to be ousted, but then the Chinese intervened and kept them alive, and that's what caused the stalemate in the 1950s. That war's still technically going on. So I'm not saying don't meme at the North Korean dictator. Meme at her. Do fine. But I think this is a great point in the world where we have to realize that this is an evil, evil, evil country. They have concentration camps that they use 3 generations of punishment. If you commit a crime, they take your family to jail with you. This is an evil place. They are not fighting capitalism and imperialism. They are straight out batshit crazy. Dead man runs the country, concentration camp level evil. And I think everyone needs to know that and focus on it a bit more.